Hey you guys, it is Extreme HH Lover or Jazz. I am back with the latest episode, um, episode 71, Max and Nora go to Ojai. We start the episode of Max and Nora traveling to Ojai to see if they can find information on the tip-off call that Max received of claims of Eddie still being alive. When they get there, they find this out in the middle of nowhere gas station, and the owner, who pretty much confirms that Eddie was there the night of his accident. But other than that, they don't really find too much more information. Let's go over to Lauren's side of town, where she is hounded by the paparazzi and the media, revolving the information around Eddie's death and Chloe's accident, and Eddie's involvement in Chloe's accident. And also we have Kelly kind of breathing down Lauren's neck about going forward with the music and the direction of the album, which her and Lauren are kind of clashing because Kelly expects the direction one way and Lauren expects it to go another way, and she wants to kind of like record some of Eddie's songs as a tribute to him, and Kelly doesn't think this is a good idea. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Chloe is now awake and making what it seemed like a full recovery. And of course, she's going to be questioned by the police regarding the accident. And Tyler is trying to get Chloe to tell the cops that Eddie pushed her off of the terrace because of the textbook thing. But she is not really wanting to do that because even though she can't remember everything that happened, she knows that Eddie is not the one that really pushed her off of the terrace. What else do we have? Oh, Mel gets a phone call at school with a great opportunity of meeting with this producer based off of the video of Eddie and Lauren that she submitted online. It was getting great feedback, so she got that opportunity. And also, like, he promised her, the owner of the production company promised her a summer job if she could supply more footage, which I don't really know how to feel about that. I'm kind of having like mixed emotions because I feel like he could just be using her for the footage that she has, because the whole thing with Eddie's death is so big right now that he is just using her for that purpose. So we'll see where that goes. Meanwhile, back at the hospital, Detective McCarthy goes to question Chloe, and once again Chloe goes back into liar and performer mode and tells the detective that the fight with Eddie was both physical and verbal, but she didn't tell her that Eddie pushed her because she knows that it's not true, so she can't do it. But after the Detective McCarthy leaves, she confesses to Tyler that she remembers Dylan being there with her and that it's possible that he's the one that pushed her. But Tyler, of course, is not trying to hear this. He just wants to blame it on Eddie and move on. Back in the middle of nowhere, up in Ojai, Eddie reads the reviews of his new music and is not particularly thrilled with what he reads. And it's seeming like, is it just me, or is it just seeming like this Leah chick has an ulterior motive of keeping Eddie there other than what she's saying it is. And she's kind of pissing me off a little bit because no matter how much Eddie talks about Lauren, she's still batting her eyes, paying him compliments, and I'm just like, back off, chick. You don't stand a chance. He also, he took a nap after that, and he wakes up to hear Leah and her brother performing his new song, and he doesn't respond well to that at all. What else? Max confronts Tyler about what happened at the hospital, and Tyler is still sticking with this same story, but Max knows it's a facade and pretty much threatening to take him and Chloe down, which I told you guys before, I'm totally Team Max all the way. Melissa's mom decides to give her the letter that Beth left for her. And after Melissa reads it, they kind of like share a moment where we see them be mom and daughter for the first time since the show started, which was really nice to see, because I feel like that's all Melissa really wanted in the first place, was to feel connected to her mom, and she has that, if only even for that moment. Lauren asks Max if it's okay to stay at Eddie's apartment for inspiration, and he agrees with it, and I actually think that's kind of a good idea. She just wants to feel close to him, and I think that may be like the best thing for her right now. So it may not only give her some inspiration, but also help her cope with the situation a little bit more. She also asks him if he will perform at Eddie's memorial concert that they are hosting at his club. And I think that's a great idea, because I think that may help him feel closer to Eddie. And plus, I'm dying to see Max perform. Gus goes to check in on Phil on the job, and Phil pretty much flips out and becomes extremely defensive, attacking his dad on his motives of visiting him. He ends up quitting and makes a phone call to his friends Connect, and it's pretty much safe to say that Phil has reverted back to his old ways, which I'm thinking may have been the pressure of Aid, because they met earlier in the show. I forgot to tell you guys, they met earlier in the show, and Phil had apologized to her for being so rude toward her, and Aid is there at the restaurant thing, meeting with the realtor about some possible places for them to move into, and he pretty much tells her if they're going to move in together, then she should be more realistic about what they can afford. They can't afford to live in Beverly Hills right now. They really can only afford like a Matchbox apartment right now. She kind of like puts pressure on him, saying that she knows he always comes through for her, and he just has to work harder, and that kind of puts pressure on Phil, which I believe is the reason why he has gone back to the old ways. And Dr. Don has, of course, set his plan in motion for Ellie to be pretty much taken out at the clinic. Thing is, there's a wrench thrown in the plan because Nora has forgotten some things at the office, and she's going to pick them up. She leaves a voicemail on Don's phone. He gets it late, and by the time he gets it, he has to rush out and rush to the clinic where Nora is already at. And when she walks in, she smells the overpowering scent of gas. She rushes out, not of the building, but out of the office, to make a 911 call to report it. And that is where the episode ends. So it's safe to say that the next episode is going to be action-packed, and I absolutely cannot wait. This is HH Lover signing off. I'll speak with you guys soon. Bye.